is an interesting thing. Location and proximity of your actual home can affect your value dramatically. This morning we're going to talk about how proximity of where the location of your home is impacts your home value. Welcome to Breakfast with Bev this morning. I'm Bev Curtis here at Bev & Co. at House of Brokers Realty.
And I'm Cheryl Maupin.
And we're here to talk about the positives and the negatives when it comes to location in your home.
Yeah, so some of the things that can increase your value, and of course this is given, each home buyer kind of has a different view on what's important to them, but in general, so school districts, if you are in a school district that's perceived to be, a really good, really high ratings, especially with home buyers, if you're in a price point or a house that's, caters more to families and children, that is going to increase your value being in a school district that's very desirable. Walkability is becoming a really big thing. We're seeing that a lot. So entertainment and shopping, being closer to downtown or closer to, even just groceries and things, that's really big on people's radar now, especially if they can bike, being close, a lot of home buyers, outdoor recreation, whether it be like kids sports or walking trails, hiking trails, or parks, dog parks. Those are things that if you're, again, walkability, if you're in walking distance to those or those close, that can definitely increase your home value. Sought after views. So, we don't have mountains or oceans here, but we do have lakes and golf courses, wooded views. All three of those things we always see. Rarely does it ever decrease your value. It is a positive, just that waterfront view. Another one, and I know you've probably seen articles on this online, being close to Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts. One, people like their caffeine in the morning and they like to be able to get it on their commute to work, again, walkability. But they also do, when they move into an area, they do a lot of research about what means your home values are likely going to increase in those areas. They're not going to put their Starbucks in a dumpy area that's not going to, make them money.
Everybody wants their donuts. Totally get that. So let's talk about the things that decrease property values, because everything that Cheryl mentioned is pretty much spot on. And when you're looking to purchase a home, you should certainly be on the lookout for those things and have your buyer's agent make you aware of that. But there's also some key things that will decrease your property value. One, I think, is being next to busy roads or highways. A lot of times the noise factor, people want a tranquil, peaceful place to come home to, and so they don't want a lot of busyness because they've got a lot of busyness during their day anyway. Another thing that I think people really look at is crime statistics. There's public information online that you can actually go into. You can plug in the address of the property that you're looking at and basically check out to see all the different variables that lie around that property and if it's something that you're accepting with. Another thing that I found people that kind of get a little squeamish on is things that are next to commercial buildings, high-powered lighting, power lines. I know especially if you are children-oriented with kids playing in the backyard and you've got overlying power lines in your backyard. Statistics definitely show that living close to power lines certainly impacts properties and also health overall. The other thing too, I think, is just ratings on schools. I think doing your homework when you buy a property is crucial, the pros and the cons. And even if you don't have school-age children in the home now, when you go to sell, that could be the case in the future. So, always think about schools, just because from a resale factor and desirability, it's always a very important ingredient. I think the other thing too is kind of some of the other commercial buildings like funeral homes, cemeteries, things of that sort. It seems like most of the time people kind of shy away where they don't want to live that close to those type of things. And I think the other thing too is like major hospitals or even like firehouses, even though they're critical pieces that we have to have in society, most people don't want to live next to them just because sirens are going off at all hours of the night, ambulances are going out, helicopters are flying in. So kind of think about those things as well. But I think a lot of it is just common sense. I mean, I think that every price point kind of dictates what's acceptable that people are willing to live next to or be comfortable with.
The higher you get, the pickier, people are with wanting everything perfect and as it should be.
Sure. And at the end of the day, I mean, price does fix all. For every property, there is a buyer for the right situation and the right price. But I think just being aware of location dictates a lot of the sellability and the desirability, just for your future equity growth down the road. So speaking of location, we're actually standing in a stellar location here in Highland Springs subdivision at 1201 Castle Bay Place. This is a one-level living attached unit that's listed for $270,000. It's a split bedroom floor plan, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2-car garage, has a very nice backyard patio, has a formal dining area, and has been completely renovated. So, I mean, it's in immaculate condition. You're welcome to give us a call on our team to view it for a private showing, or Dan Fowler on our team is going to be doing an open house this Sunday from 1 to 2. And again, it's 1201 Castle Bay Place. So feel free to reach out to us. We would love to give you a showing on it because I know this is a location that won't last long.
There are very few condos in this area. So location.
That location. So, okay, so hopefully you find this information to be very beneficial. Hope you have a wonderful week and we'll see you soon.